presents School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschooled.
The Homeschooled Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back to Homeschooled Podcast. I'm Augustino Zoida. I'm the host. Thank you guys for being back here. We missed you. We really appreciate you tuning in week after week. And if you're new, welcome. This is Homeschooled Podcast. I have a guest today, my buddy. Haven't seen him in a long time. It's good to see you, dude. Chris Cope. He's hilarious.
Yeah, man.
He's such a great comic. And I haven't seen you in so long, but I just remember the old days of you popping in and doing sets and rocking the house, bro. You're so funny. And you got a special out right now. You got your dry bar special out, right?
Yeah, man, that was an exercise for me if I could do a long set Mormon clean, and I was very surprised that I did it. But I'll admit, when I was taping it, both sets, two sets, I was looking at the clock the entire show, so I'm like, man, I do so much editing to my bits because like I'd have like a clean bit, but then there'd be like two punchlines in it that like. Even the Mormon, well, no, because like they, I don't know if you know this, but like Dry Bar sends you, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but Dry Bar sends you a 15-minute video before you tape your special, like a week or two before, like what not to do.
Oh, okay, dude, hold that thought. I want to hear more about this. I want you to tell me all about it. Before we get started, everybody, this episode is brought to you by.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This episode sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Share a Sale. Share a Sale is a great way for you to start making money on your podcast or blog. If you have a podcast of your own and you're wondering how did all these people get sponsors and how do they make money on it, and you're sitting here listening to mine right now and you're going, I'm better than this guy. How's he get sponsors? I don't. Well, I'll tell you, because I'm on Share a Sale. Share a Sale is a fantastic way to introduce products and companies to you. And all you have to do is become an approved affiliate on ShareSale, which costs you absolutely nothing. You get approved, great. You got nothing to lose. Try it right now. Just go to ShareSale. You're going to click the link in the description and sign up for ShareSale, and you're going to fill out the form to become an affiliate. I got approved, guys, so I don't know why you wouldn't. If you got a decent-looking website, you're going to get approved. And once you're on there, you got access to all these different companies and products. I mean, you know your audience. What would sell best? There's CBD companies, pet stuff, coffee supplies, the food that gets delivered to your door type stuff. All that stuff is on there, and you can just go choose. You get your link, you get your promo code, and you start making some money, okay? Also, this episode is brought to you by MasterClass. If you don't already know about MasterClass, you guys are slipping, okay? If you want to take a class in just about anything, they got it on MasterClass. And right now, during this crazy last year of a pandemic, I always say if you came out of this with nothing to show for it, shame on you, because you had a lot of time to do something you always wanted to do. Even if it has nothing to do with a career, you're still doing something to better your life. Maybe you learned a new language, learn to play an instrument, but there's comedy classes, writing classes. If you want to be a director, filmmaking, poetry classes, it's all on there. So click the link in the description. Normally, it's $90 per course, but if you use the link in the description, I'm going to get you access to the entire website for a year for $180. So if you're going to take 2 courses anyway, you might as well do the whole year, and then you can share it with a buddy. Share the passwords. Just split it. Like, yo, you want to do cooking classes? I want to do the comedy classes or whatever. And that's it, you guys. And at the same time, you're supporting the Homeschool Podcast, and that's all. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. Dude, okay, so I want to hear...
No, make your money. I'm actually sponsored by the makers of cholesterol, so...
Dude, tell me about Dry Bar. I'm guilty of... I've never seen anybody's Dry Bar set, ever.
I mean, don't feel bad. I really didn't know much about it beforehand. It was kind of one of those, like, well, I'll reach out to the person who books it, and I'll see how much effort is it going to take to book it. And honestly, it was the first email. The guy was like, you can do either 25 minutes or 45 minutes. And I'm like, well, let's do something that I know I can hit. We'll do 25.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I know. It's right in the pocket. It was kind of, also it was a bunch of bits that are already on my first album. So I was like, I can just kind of reuse these and do them again. And some of the jokes have gotten better. Some of the jokes, but the thing was, when I got that 15-minute clip, they send you like what not to do.
Okay. They send you a 15-minute video, right?
Yeah, it's production. It is like a like a HOSHA safety video.
So tell me about this video.
So it's this lady who's like on the set, like, so you're going to do a dry bar in a month. Here are some things that like some do's and don'ts that might help your set go just a little better. Wow. And then like they'd say this or that. And then they would show you someone trying to do the opposite and failing.
Like what? Like what would, like, give me an example.
Trying to push jokes that they told you can't do. And then they cut to like, here's so-and-so. And that shit goes flit.
So something just like kind of maybe off color or dirty or
off color content, a bunch. I mean, just like stay away from crowd work. And like they show a guy trying to do crowd work, and you can just see because like when you're shooting a special in front of a bunch of people,
you don't want to do crowd work.
No.
Yeah.
Unless that is what you do.
Yeah. Like
an Ian Bagg type or someone else.
Yeah, they hired you knowing that's your act. Exactly.
Then otherwise, like. I mean, I didn't want anybody to say anything because I was just like, man, I because the set was so chopped up from my other, like, there's so many bits that I go, okay, I can do 45 seconds of this. I can do a minute of this, but then afterwards I got to cut it there. So a lot of the set is truncated. And I was looking at the camera, both sets, like, or the clock, like, am I going to have enough? Because I knew I had enough.
Yeah.
But I was like, do I have enough? You always had that weird, like, fear in your head of like, do I have enough for this? Am I going to get to the thing and be like, you're 5 minutes shy?
Yeah, of course. So the show is well known for being clean. Like
that's the whole platform.
Why do you say Mormons? Like the audience is Mormon?
I shot that bitch in Provo, Utah.
But like that's not a part of the premise of the show, right?
You fly into Salt Lake, and there's no flying into Provo. There's an airport or whatever. So I take a train, and on the train there's this Mormon lady who'd been married to her husband since high school. And I was like, these people are a different breed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also did my night with Nick Guerra.
Uh-huh.
Which Nick's one of my oldest friends, so it's like,
oh, he shot his too? Okay.
Yeah. And that really helped kind of calm me down because he's always, you're okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. I'm like, but you look nicer. You know, it was like the first time I ever did stand up in a coat. And I felt like I don't like this.
Was that your decision or they told you to dress nice?
No, I wanted to dress nice.
Okay.
Because they kind of told you dress nice, but they didn't care if you went there in a burlap sack, just don't offend anybody.
Yeah.
That was so much of their hammering things in, and I was like, well, and I was happy when I got off stage because they didn't do any editing. The lady said they did editing, but no edits.
Okay. Yeah, like editing out things that you said.
Stayed.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just camera cuts. That's all it was. So I was like, wow. There was and I messaged back. I was like, there's nothing you want to take out of this? She's like, no. And I was like, all right, keep it all. Do 25 minutes because I thought it was going to be closer to like under 25, like 22 something.
So you did the whole 25 and they kept all 25, but they only need 25 from you.
Yeah. And I think they kept just one full set. They didn't go back and forth between
the two shows.
Yeah. Because like I noticed my jacket looked exactly the same, and I remember for the second set it was a little more wrinkled.
Yeah.
So I think they just kept the first set.
Oh, nice. Did you feel like that was the better set of the night? Yeah.
The second one, there were some parts in the second one I kind of.
I love like early shows, dude.
Well, yeah, and I
really do.
Well, the second time you do an exact same set, you can get a little crisscross in your head. I got a little like, wait, did I already do this bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Because I did,
but
did I do this show?
Mm-hmm.
So there was that. There was a couple times where like you could see me literally, you could see the gears in my head. So I'm happy they kept the first one, and man, people have been so, I'll tell you, I've been very blessed with the internet.
Yeah.
Because like even like on my Conan set, it was like something like, when it first came out, it was like 2,500 likes to like less than 50 dislikes.
Okay.
And like I was reading the comments because I don't care. I want to read them. I have a thick skin. I've been through enough in my life where an internet troll ain't gonna fucking shake me.
Yeah.
And like the meanest thing someone said was like, "Oh, this guy reminds me of like a fat Matt Damon." and that thing is, I've heard that before. It's like fat Damon's when I get called.
Yeah, bro, it's hacky, but at least it was on par.
You know what? If that's the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I've seen things where it's like, this guy needs to fucking quit. And
This
it's
guy
like,
needs to go kill
that's-
himself. Like, I've seen people say things like that.
And it's so funny coming from people that have never walked on stage for a second in their life.
Yeah.
Like, tell me to go kill myself. Like, can you just-
Everybody's a professional now, bro. They listen to Joe Rogan every day, and they watch YouTube videos, and they're the critic. They're the critic. And if you say anything like that, dude, you've never been on stage in your life and you're going to tell me to go kill myself. If you say something like that, they're like, oh, this guy can't take criticism. Like, they love to
I
say
just
that.
can't handle an asshole.
Yeah, that's not
I can
constructive.
take criticism. What you're doing is not criticism. You're insulting me.
Yeah, and it's not helpful. Like, maybe,
No.
like, hey, dude, what if you said this? Like, I hate those too, but at least they come from a good place, and I just smile and go, thank
Those
you.
are the worst after shows. Oh, I got a joke you can take home with you. You know what? Why don't you keep it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to say, but, like, at least those people have a good heart, and they're not mean. And,
Oh, yeah, no, this is what I do. I really will find anything else I can put in my brain at the moment
Uh-huh.
and, like, pretend like I'm listening. And then when they stop talking, you wait 3 seconds and go, ah! That's good.
I feel like I do that to, like,
I could
everything.
not tell you what the fuck they said to save my life. Hit a gun to my head, pull the trigger. I don't have a clue, man.
Do you have a go-to answer? Like, I know a couple of comics that have a go-to response for when someone says, tell me a joke, when they find out you're a comic. Do you have a go-to? Pay me? That's your response.
Yeah, pay me.
I need a clever...
Pay me. Just someone pay me. Like, seriously, it's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask, like, it's like, are you a plumber? Cool, would you mind coming to our house and fixing my shitter? Like, no, we all work for a living. Why must I prove to you what I do right now?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man. Like,
You wouldn't ask a doctor or anything like, you say you're a doctor? All right, this ration my nuts. What do you think?
yeah. I started telling people, like, when they ask me that, I go, what's your email? I'll send you a link. You can buy a ticket. Like, you know what I mean? Or I'll send you a link. You can watch one of my videos. But this isn't going to work out.
At least get a click out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the wrong setting.
You know? Well, you know what's funny? Like, and it's weird in comedy how, like, dry bar gets looked at now. Because, like, I've heard, like, some people do, like, they do kind of look down on it. And I'm like, nowadays, it's all views and eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, when I did Conan, which in comics' eyes, you did late night. That's a bigger thing than, like, dry bar. And I go, my Conan, I looked the episode up, got 638,000 views. That episode. When they put it on their internet, it got a few more 100,000. Let's just say 1 million total, right? Round off. 1 million. My dry bar's got over 4 million views total from everything.
Wow.
Facebook, YouTube, all total 4 million. And I'm like, so that's like doing Conan four times.
What does Dry Bar come out on?
Its own platform.
Uh-huh.
It's its own
okay.
app.
Okay.
And then you can go like, and it's on YouTube, and it's all over the internet. It's also on Facebook.
Yeah.
They get a ton of ad revenue on Facebook.
Okay. So
yeah, the only thing about, I may get in trouble for this, but I don't plan on doing it on a dry bar. So,
yeah. I mean, it served
was an
its purpose, man. It was a great experience. Yeah,
exactly.
You proved that you can do.
Is more myself.
Mm-hmm. You did the 25 minutes in front of the Mormons.
Yeah.
And
I proved myself I can do it.
You got 4 million views.
You know what's funny? Whenever I have like clean shows that I got to do like professionally, I just watch that over again.
Yeah. You had 8 million eyes on you, bro.
But what was it? I lost my train of thought.
It happens, man. But
yeah, especially with me.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that.
How?
I don't know. Because I don't smoke, so I probably never did it with you.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm also weird about who. Like, I'm not the most communal smoker.
Mm-hmm. You're
like,
a solo
I was never
smoker.
That guy. Yeah, I'm like, I'd rather sit on my couch by myself and get high and watch TV.
I gotcha.
I don't want to sit nine in a room
and
passing a joint around.
Going a circle, yeah.
It
That's
isn't,
the only time I've ever smoked, really, which was like social. And then, you have social drinkers, which I'm one of those, but I'm also a loner drinker, though. Like,
no, I'm a social drinker. But I'm also not a big drinker.
Oh, I see.
So it's like, and that's the only reason why I do it socially is because everyone else is doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to be that guy, like, I'm stoned.
that's the only reason why I've ever smoked. You know what I mean? It's just like in a circle with Joey Diaz and Burr and Rogan. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll take this.
Joey's the one guy I prefer to get high with because I couldn't keep up.
Dude, I have so many stories with him. I've worked with him for years, and dude, this is a story about a story. So, I won't go into too much detail because I can't. But Paulie Shore reached out to me recently for a job. Someone recommended me for, okay, a writing job. And then we started talking, and he's just like, "Hey, I heard that." He's like, "I know you're tight with Coco. I heard you're tight with Coco Diaz." And I was like, "I go, yeah." He goes, "He tried to kill me once." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "He gave me a bunch of editables and then let me drive home." And I was like, "Bro, me too. He did that to me once too."
That Tom Segura story where him and Tom Segura were on a flight together and Joey ate like 1,000 milligrams.
Dude, that's nothing for him. I've seen him eat like so
but
much
no, he got the
in
plane.
one
He's like,
sitting.
I had like 4 panic attacks on the plane.
Because you're on an airplane, bro.
But that happened to me. I was on a flight and I took 150 milligrams on accident because someone told me, my buddy told me they were these little pink paradise pills, right? They're just THC pills.
Yeah.
And he goes, they're 25 milligrams each. And I was like, okay, well, 75 is going to put me on my ass. And at that point, 75 wasn't a huge, like back before the 10 milligrams regulation.
Right.
I could eat 50 and do anything.
Okay.
So 75 was that enough to be on a plane where I'm like, but I'm not, but I took 150.
What happened?
And I fucking.
But on an
I
airplane,
started
though?
sweating. Bro, I don't sweat much. Like for a
Okay.
bigger guy,
Yeah.
I don't sweat a ton. So I'm dripping sweat, and we haven't even taken off yet. Because I swallowed the pills about 45 minutes before boarding.
Yeah.
So I get on, and it just starts to hit me, and I'm like, man, this is fucking intense. And before I took off, I got a text going, hey, man, I fucked up. They're 50 milligrams each. And I go, bro, I took 3. He's like, and like I didn't get a response back.
Bro, that's like an 8-ball of edibles.
Yeah, it's like I just sat there and railed it all at once. Like I just sat in the bathroom. So I'm sweating. I'm dripping sweat. And the lady next to me was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't fly very much. Tried to like lie it off. I didn't want to be like, I'm on drugs because she'd have been like, bonk, he's off the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the stewardess checked on me like 6 times during the flight because I was just like, I was out of it. I was so high. And I was just like, I'm okay. She gave me like 3 sodas. She was trying to like just keep me like, carbonated or sugared up or whatever. And I was just like,
Yeah. And that's what
I do 150. You can't go to sleep. I was so high I couldn't even go to sleep.
I get nauseous off stuff like that.
Oh, I was close. I mean, there was a couple of times where like I was talking myself through it in my head, like, bro, if you cause them to land, you're not getting on a plane for a while.
Yeah. At least you kept it together that much to have that train of thought.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I've been fucked up. I mean, I almost got in trouble on a plane going to Puerto Rico one time because my buddy gave me some Valium to relax on.
Uh-huh.
Take 2 of those, and then I down a half a bottle of cough syrup because I was trying to knock myself out. And all it did was loop me up. And it's a night flight.
Oh, man.
So the plane's dark. Everyone's trying to sleep. I got my headphones in. I'm watching. You ever seen Commando?
Yeah.
That's a funny action movie. Like, because it's deliberately not funny.
Commando's great.
But it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because it's so silly and over the top.
Yeah.
And my laugh is just piercingly loud. And this stewardess came up 3 times and I had to pull the earphones off my ear. I'm like, sir, you got to be quiet. Like, I'm serious. And the 3rd time she came, she goes, listen, if I got to come back one more time, the pilot's going to have to come out and there's going to be a real talk.
Oh, man, what did you say?
I got the equivalent of, we'll turn this plane around.
Yeah, we'll turn this around. Dude, you know the best part?
I'm sorry.
You want to know the best part of Commando? When was the last time you watched Commando?
Bro, I know that movie like that's my job.
Dude, the beginning of Commando, where like it's him hanging out with his daughter, and it looks like the opening sequence of like a '90s sitcom, and then they're like eating ice cream, and she shoves it in his face, and he's like, "You got me."
It's so silly. It's so nice and sweet.
It's so
like,
silly.
This guy is a murderer. This guy is like, the best line is, how'd you know they were coming? I smelled them.
That movie's so funny.
It's chock full of hilarious fucking lines.
It's great.
And that's why I was laughing so hard. Plus, have a bottle of cough syrup and some Chinese Valium.
Yeah, man. I took I did the Brea Improv one time with Joey. It was before he was really headlining. It was like when he was still emceeing. He hadn't quite blown up yet. And he would have his buddies come do a bunch of guest sets, and he hosted. And he had this banana bread, bro. And I didn't even realize, I didn't know him that well at the time yet. And I didn't even think it could be edibles, dude. It was just Christmas time, banana bread. I ate a whole slice of that thing, man. And then it hit me after my performance, thank God. But it hit me on the car ride home. I had to pull over and vomit. And then it hit the comic after me while he was on stage. And that was a
so
trip.
High doing vomit. Wow, that must have got you.
Well,
Did you have a full stomach?
No, I'm easily to vomit. Like
Nauseated? Okay.
I'm really bad seasickness, car sickness, and so that fucks with me bad. And then Pauly Shore goes, man, he's like about Joey. He goes, he's like the Cosby of comedy. I was like, no, bro, Cosby's the Cosby of comedy.
Because Joey's not trying to get a high so he can fuck you.
He thinks it's hysterical to watch you suffer.
Oh, it is. But also, Joey's that kind of guy. Like, you ever seen like he's one of those guys that could take like 20 police tranq darts.
I know he's one of those dudes. He'll still be coming at you.
Like, hit him again. Hit him again.
Speaking of airplanes, dude, I was on an airplane with him once where the plane was like kind of almost going down. You ever been on a plane where it was like for a couple of seconds you thought this was it? No, okay.
Oh yeah, where like it drops and out.
But like a free fall for a good amount of time of, I'd say 12 seconds is probably an eternity of just fucking, turbulence. It's down and up again, but this was just down for a little longer than I'd like, and everybody was freaking out. And the lady, I'm in the middle, Joey's on my left, window seat is some lady. And the lady starts grabbing my arm and digging her fingers on my arm like we're all going to die, shit like that. Everyone's freaking out. And Joey, very calmly, leans over to me and goes, everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die.
God bless.
And then, dude, he puts his headphones on. I don't know what song he played, but then all of a sudden just passed out. I was like, bro, what song is that?
On Heaven's Door. He put on some Guns N' Roses.
Something like that, dude.
On Heaven's Door.
It was crazy, man. But such a fucking
I mean, how many times do you think
times.
his life has probably been in mortal danger?
His life?
Yeah, like I would assume his life has been in mortal danger enough where it's like, if we ain't all the way going down, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. But that was funny.
Every story I hear, it's like, well, you could have died there. You could have died doing that. You could have died doing that.
Yeah.
All the cocaine stories that I've heard of him, it's just like, bro, you could have been dead a billion times ago.
So, do you like doing clean? I mean, you're not dirty anyway.
No, I mean, I don't like any restrictions. I just want to.
I don't like any restrictions.
Yeah, I prefer just to read the room and make adjustments as I go.
I don't like labels. I don't like someone going, he's a clean, he's a dirty comic. Like
I'm just funny, and I think if you're professional, you should be malleable.
If you're professional, you can read the room and you can see like whatnot. I don't like someone telling me.
And if you take a gig and then they tell you when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
The stipulations, and you have some cause to be upset, but like normally I like to know what I'm getting into before I get into it. At least this point in my career, I know I'm smart enough to ask.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you expecting?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, we'd love 45 minutes of PG, and I'm like,
PG.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, so what's your definition now of what's a PG? Like,
yeah.
How many shits do I get? How many this do I get? Can I talk about weed? Can I talk about this?
Right.
And then because like everyone's definition of clean and dirty are different.
That's exactly right.
So I ask as many questions because you get paid after the show, not before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want someone to be like, well, I don't want someone to hem and haw. I want them to be like, that was amazing. Here's your money. Thanks.
Well, for me, I don't like to ask any questions because if you didn't tell me and then I go up there and do my thing and then you want to say something afterwards, I'm going to be like, bro, you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
But I don't like I hate when I'm in a green room and we're all sitting there waiting to go on stage and some rookie comic's like, do we got to be clean? I'm like, bro, why'd you even remind him? Like, he wasn't going to say nothing, Like, but...
for sure. And it's better to say sorry.
Yeah. You'd be like, dude, you didn't tell me. I'll be cleaner on the next show, something like that. But
Well, like, I've replaced guys that were, like, told, be clean.
Yeah.
And then
And just weren't.
they went up and they wanted to be obstinate and they wanted to fucking fight and they wanted to, show their ass and do their thing their way. And then after that, they get fired and like, we'll get fired. It's bullshit. I'm like, well, they told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until you fill the room yourself, you're on their dime.
Exactly. Yeah. If everyone's there to see you, it's a different story.
Then you can walk on stage and dick whip a bear trap. Who
That's
cares?
right. Yeah. So when did they tell them though? Like, are they telling them before the show? Are they telling them like a week in advance?
I mean, if someone were to tell me 5 minutes before I was going to go on, I would be like, I can't make any adjustments at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good response.
That's your fault.
Yeah, dude.
Next show, maybe.
Right, exactly. Like, dude, we've been talking for a month. I flew here. I've came to the gig. You told me right now before I'm about to go on. Yeah, I don't like that stuff, man. And I probably wouldn't take a lot of stuff. I wouldn't take a lot of jobs if you told me that from the beginning. I really don't like the restrictions.
Oh, for sure. But sometimes money is just because, like,
yeah,
I've done clean shows for way more money than I've done dirty shows.
If it pays well, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely more money in it because there's less that do it, to be honest with you. There's a lot of...
Oh, that was the thing I was going to say about the dry bar. So they pay you up front to do it, and then I didn't realize this until afterwards, that, like, all the money you make off the internet goes back into your special. So you have to basically pay your own special off.
Okay, so they're paying you up front to do the gig.
Yeah, they give you money up front to tape it, and then based on how it does on the internet, you usually pay them back for production costs.
So they get all the money from revenue.
Up front, up until they recouped it, and then it's a 70-30 split on your end. You get the 70, they get the 30.
Wow.
But we all know how the internet works. By the time you pay that, like I'm almost 2/3 of the way paid off, and I'm like, how many more revolutions is this thing going to get before the internet just doesn't want to show it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the algorithms don't get it,
So are you in the hole for it?
Off, then it'll just be free check going forward.
I don't think I fully understand this. Are you in the hole for it?
No. Let's say my special just tanked, it didn't get any views, didn't make any money. They're on the hook, not me.
Because you still got that money they gave you up front.
Yes.
So that's your guarantee.
Yeah, and then basically I was like, and I kind of knew that going forward. I was like, well, all right, this is my money. This is the money I'm getting for this. I treated it like I was just doing one show or two shows for that money. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, you kind of find out you learn more because they give you all this shit to sign, but who reads anything?
Yeah, you had
because I was like, I just it wasn't like it was for Netflix and I needed an attorney. It was dry bar.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Dude,
like I did this show forever ago, and it was called Stand Up and Deliver. I did like 2 seasons of it, and
was that Epics?
No, it's on like True TV now. Like it was at the time, it was like Nuvo TV, and then like True TV bought the network. Like Nuvo TV doesn't even exist anymore, but they still air my episodes all the time, and I'm just like, that's a completely different network though. Like, should I be getting paid?
Did you get a buyout or do you get residuals?
No residuals, a buyout. But do you think that there's anything in like, well, a new network owns it now? Maybe I can try to go weasel them for some money? No, right?
No. If you haven't got any money for anything else, no. Once it switches, no.
I should just keep playing it.
Just
more people will see me.
Be happy you got the tape, you get the credit for it, all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So you had about a month to prepare?
No, I had more than that. For dry bar, I had way more. I taped it in late September, and then it got released December of 19. So I taped like 3 months later, but I booked it like in March.
Okay, so we're talking 2018?
No, 19.
2019 it aired, but you recorded it in late 2018, December?
No. I booked it in like April of 19, shot it in September of 19.
I see.
Between September of 19 and December 19, then edited it and aired it.
Gotcha. So at the time, no pandemic, you're going out and you're preparing for it. You're going to spots, you're going to clubs.
Yeah, I was able to, I just had to do it a couple times. Like I even took a feature weekend just to run that set. And the guy let me come in and do Wise Guys in Salt Lake City because the guy who owns those clubs, he's the one who started Dry Bar.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, it's smart. He had, he had a he knew what he was doing, or he knows what he's doing, excuse me. And I ran the set 2 nights in a row, before the night before, which in front of his audience, which was going to be pretty much the audience that I was going to get in Provost. And like, it was just very reassuring to go, we're firing in all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What were some of the things that you couldn't talk about? Like, could you talk about drugs? No.
No.
Nothing.
Bro, I mean,
race?
No. I mean, no.
I mean, you
It's
could talk
very
about
much
race as long as it wasn't offensive. If it was just like a hacky, stereotypical
Yeah, I mean,
joke.
yeah, it's basically just you had to just do clean stuff. Like,
Obviously, no sex.
I didn't stuff about losing weight. Yeah, no, nothing about sex. I could barely inference anything. I mean, it was.
Could you say shit?
No.
Could you say damn?
Maybe.
You're like, I didn't even ask. I just did
I
it.
don't think I cursed.
Yeah.
You know, which took the air out of some punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you gonna do?
Right now, if let's say you never did it, and right now they came to you and said, "Hey, do it." I mean, do you think you could with like not really any place to go work out? Yeah.
Probably, but it'd be rough.
It'd be rough, man. Right? What are you gonna do?
The second show, you'd be the one you'd want to keep because the first one's gonna have way more errors in it.
Right. Yeah, 100%, man.
Instead of doing 2 the night before, going up in the first one, pretty much ready, and then the second one having a couple of like just pause gaps where I was like,
yeah. What about right now? Have you been doing any shows right now this year?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in 2020, I did 20 or 32 shows, I think.
32 shows, not
Yeah,
weekends.
but I normally do 250 a year.
Mhm.
Like between spots and paid gigs, I never stop.
Yeah.
And that's what sucked about last year. The worst part, like, it was nice because I kept telling crowds how much I appreciate them, but but also almost get mad for a split second because I'm like, I miss doing this and I want to keep doing this and I want, like I shouldn't have to be so like, excuse me guys, while I soak all this in to get this feeling. And it's like I'm the guy at the party, like, listen, I haven't done drugs in forever, so you guys might do the whole plate.
Right.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's been forever. I gotta just catch back up. But no, it just sucks. Like the thing is, I went to Florida twice and Vegas.
In 2020?
Well, I did 2021. I just did Vegas, but in Florida, and I was in Florida for a total of like 65 days.
Wow.
And my whole family had COVID. They're all fine. Happy. And I wasn't looking to get it. I didn't spend much time out. I did shows.
Yeah.
And I kind of treated the shows like, okay, that's your socializing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
So the rest of my time was just kind of spent with my family and very few select friends.
That's right. You're from Florida. What part of Florida are you from?
The Clanny part.
Which is where?
North Central. I'm from Gainesville, Florida.
Okay, what's that near that I would know?
2 hours north of Orlando.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
I just like saying the Clanny part because it's funny.
Are you there now?
Nope. I'm at a friend's house.
Oh, okay. Okay, you live in LA still?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
didn't go
know,
to Austin.
bro. Yeah. Either people moved to Austin or they went to Florida.
Bro, this city's gonna fucking throw me out with like guns. I'm dead serious. I love where I live. I love living here, and I moved from. I live in Sherman Oaks.
Me too.
Nice. What's your streets? Actually, we shouldn't say it on TV.
No, it's fine. I'm like my fans know me. I mean I'm like Studio City, Sherman Oaks, so like Moore Park and Coldwater.
I can hit a golf ball.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was you.
Yeah, Moore Park and Woodman.
Oh yeah, man, you're the other way. Just right up there, dude.
Be careful, by the way. Be careful. I saw a car get broken into right by Moore Park and Coldwater.
All the time, bro. All the time. They stole.
It was more prevalent to me in Hollywood. I've been in Sherman Oaks a year and a half, 2 years now, and I haven't. That's the first time I saw it. I was like, up here?
I'm on my Neighbor app.
Park?
Are you on the Neighbor app? Like the next door
yes,
neighbor? Me
that's
too, bro.
funny as shit, though, isn't
It's
it?
so funny. It's just like everything else on the internet where it's people trying to be friendly neighbors and it turns into a racial political argument. It is kind of funny.
Speaking of which,
yeah.
I've not dealt with one issue of any kind of like unhoused or mentally ill person. Like in Hollywood, I dealt with that shit constantly. And I moved to Sherman Oaks, and the other day, I live with JC Karais. You know JC.
No.
And
Do I?
I was living. So it's me and JC, and we're listening outside. We're watching something, and all of a sudden we just start hearing this guy screaming at the top of his lungs. He's the lyrics to "Free Fall" by Tom Petty. And then like a second later, our neighbor who's always out there like sweeping the stoop, she says something to him like, "Just shut up, you're being loud," and like he starts using some very choice words.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I looked over at JC and I was like, if he says that word one more time, we have to go outside.
And say something, right?
Yeah, like this can't stand. She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
We hear it. We can't play dumb. We can't play,
Yeah.
Sitting on the sidelines is the same as helping the oppressor, in my mind. When it comes to that shit. So,
and that's your neighbor, man.
Luckily, she fucking got him out of there. She wasn't having any of it either. And just, that dude was gone. We didn't hear him again. She said something to him, and he got on his way.
Oh, man. That's crazy, Brood. Yeah, dude, over here in the valley, we don't fuck around.
Yeah. Well, like when I lived in Hollywood, my biggest problem was people shitting in my parking spot. That happened 4 times in 4 years.
That's crazy, bro.
Like one time I pulled in, it was raining, and I'm pulling in my spot. I'm like, you know how big a parking spot is. It's about the size for the car and enough for the door to halfway open. And there's a dude just crouched taking a dump, and now I'm eye contact. I'm just like, hey. The fuck, man? Like, he's like, it's raining. I'm like, I understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. But it's a fucking rhetorical question.
Yeah, I'm trying to park. It's a sign, bro. It's a sign parking.
I can't get out. I had to wait till he was done because he was literally in the way of my door.
And then, oh man,
that was, and then like 2 months later, JC was like, "Hey, we're looking for roommates," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay, cool. You were looking to get out of there, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my rent dropped in half when I moved out. I was paying for a 1-bedroom, and I moved into a 3-bedroom townhouse.
Nice. Yeah. Another friend of mine did that too. Like him and some of our friends, they just all got a house together instead of paying crazy high rent for a little apartment.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of these comics that left, when they come back, they're not going to come back to that $1,400 apartment they had. That's going to be $2,000. Like leaving is never good. If you got a good cheap place, hold on to it like it's your fucking kid.
Yeah, man. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, like, where am I going to go? I'm from here. Everybody's going home. I'm home. Like, I'm staying. I'm
not going back to Florida. There's nothing in Florida that I need that I can't get here.
Yeah. For now, I'm staying, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, I go to Florida 2-3 times a year for work anyway, so I'm not moving back home. The ones that, like, if you have, if you had a podcast, if your podcast made you enough money where you could be anywhere, then you don't necessarily need LA unless you have other aspirations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Rogan, Tony Hinchcliffe, those guys make most of their money off touring and their podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So LA doesn't make sense to a point anymore for some people.
For some people, it didn't.
Yeah, but there's others that I'm like, why the fuck did you leave? You still have a lot to do here, Buster.
Yeah, a lot of my friends left. But to be fair, a lot of my friends didn't really have much left to do here. Like, they already kind of are established or they work the road so much that they were just like, I can move to any state and pay lesser rent. I know a couple of guys.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, what I was paying for, my sister has a $1,200 mortgage and has a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah,
in Florida.
In Florida, right? Yeah.
But I don't want to live in Florida. It's not what I want to do. It's not where I want to be. It's just, it's choice.
I have a love-hate relationship with my city, but more than hate, I love it, dude. I love it more than I hate it. Like, and then you appreciate things more as you get older too. Like, I used to I still kind of hate how hot it gets here in the summer. Like, these last several years, it's crazy. We have a fire season now, which I grew up here. We never had a fire season. Don't believe anything anybody tells you. We never had a fire season until the last several years.
I don't remember like wildfires 15 years ago. I don't remember them on the news.
Yeah, man. By
the way, go to Florida. Go to Florida in June.
Why June?
Because you complain about heat.
Oh, dude, I'm going to Florida April 1st.
Oh, this is gonna suck because what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to Florida.
Yeah.
And you go, I don't know what everybody's all talking about. This is perfect. You're going into one fucking month. It legitimately is.
It's gorgeous.
September and April are the nicest months in Florida.
It's just gorgeous, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I'm flying into Fort Lauderdale. I got a gig on Saturday the 3rd, and then but like Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday, I'm just hanging out with my buddy Jimmy Schubert, who moved out there, and I'm gonna.
Jimmy and I shoot together.
You do what? You play golf? Oh, you shoot. Oh, okay, nice, dude. He's the man. I'm gonna crash on his couch, and he's gonna take me around to some of the Florida spots he gets on stage. We'll do some spots. I got a gig. I'll get him on the gig with me, and it'll be great.
Well, yeah, like Jimmy made sense. I was like, he acts too, and then like now with self-tape thing on for videos, he can just submit a self-tape.
Everything's on.
He also can act in Atlanta. They shoot so much shit in Atlanta
That's
now.
Right. And his parents are on the East Coast too, so it's just an easier flight for him. Like it makes sense for him, man. But I'm excited, dude.
Oh, yeah,
he's a great guy.
Probably, yeah. Jimmy's. Well, it's funny because Jimmy's one of the only guys. I'm sorry, get comfortable. He's one of those guys that will call you and vouch you into a club, and he didn't tell you.
yeah.
He's like, hey man, he called me. He's like, I was tired. I mean, hold on, let me get Jimmy down.
Okay, good.
Let me see. I can't right now. I can't.
You can't do it.
I feel like I'm doing someone else. But he calls me and goes, "Hey, I'm vouching this club in New Jersey. Just call the guy up. Tell me I'm the guy you're talking about." I'm like, "Where is it?
Yeah.
What is it? What do you like? Call this number."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
dude, I've had.
Tell me more.
You're right.
I'm just
like
calling a random number, like I'm trying to win concert tickets.
He's recommended me for gigs, but then the gig called me before he called me to tell me that he gave my number out. So the gig will call me and be like, hey, I got your number from Jimmy Schubert. He recommended you. And then like right after that phone call or like a day later, he'll be like, bro, this lady's going to call you. I was like, dude, she already did. But it's the best, dude. It's the best. He fucking helps
nice
people
when guys
out.
Look out for you like that. He's super sweet, you know. And he used to live right down the road in Coldwater.
He lives like right around the corner from me. So we saw each other a lot. And
he called me one day. He's like, want to go for like a 4-mile walk? You want to go? I'm like, no. I own a car. If I want to go 4 miles, I know how to do it.
Do you golf?
No.
I don't.
I like being on a golf course. I like riding in a golf cart. I like drinking on a course, but I can't swing a club to save my life.
Yeah, I don't golf, but I want to start. So it's another thing I'll probably pick up when I go over
I'd
there.
rather learn how to play chess.
Which you don't do either, I take it.
I think golfing is just a way for guys to get away from their wives. That's what it seems like. They're like too embarrassed to go to a strip club.
Mm. Well, I think that it's a way for out of shape guys to say they're athletes. It's like it's called a sport. But I mean, Donald Trump golfs. I wouldn't necessarily consider him an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
Right, exactly. So it's like, and then you got you guys. I was just talking about this with somebody today. Like Tiger Woods showed up one day, and he was actually in shape, and they were just like, "Oh fuck, bro! Now we gotta stop pretending like."
And then you see John Day like 5 minutes behind him, and it's like, well, he just hit a ball off a beer can while smoking a Newport.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try it soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some lessons.
Allergies?
Say again?
Allergies?
No. Why?
Are you smoking?
Oh, did I sound a little nasally?
Congested.
It's a cold night out tonight. You know, I came down here. My podcast studio is downstairs in my garage, and I came down here and I was like, "I go get a jacket." And I came back and got a jacket.
Studio.
Podcast studio, aka garage. And
yeah, aka masturbatorium.
Yeah.
God.
The other side of this, there's a gym.
Just want to get away from your wife.
You know what, man? She spends more time down here because I got all like our workout equipment on the other side, and she works out way more than I do. Yeah.
Does she cook a lot of Russian food for you?
Not really. No. I don't eat meat, so that's probably a challenge.
What happened?
What happened? Why I don't eat meat? I haven't eaten meat in almost 2 years. It was a gradual stop. It wasn't a cold turkey, pun intended. It was.
Yeah, I think I'd have to do that. I can't. If I just stopped eating meat cold turkey, I'd cave. But if I just started replacing things, like I replace regular milk with lactate now because I pass too much gas dairy.
How do you like it?
I can't taste a fucking difference.
Really? I mean,
yeah, lactate white milk. Sounds weird saying white milk, but regular lactate milk versus like a carton of milk, I can't.
Yeah, I was a whole food milk guy. I taste the difference. Yes, like I'm not vegan.
No, see, I never was a whole milk guy. I was like 2%.
I never could do those. It tastes so watered down. Once you go whole milk, bro, you don't want to go back. It's like that's the milk.
If I want whole milk, I'll find its tit.
For me, I don't do light of stuff. Like I'm whole milk. I get real ice cream. I don't get that low carb shit.
Oh yeah. So do I.
Like
I mean,
you're having ice cream. We know the deal. You're having an ice cream and go enjoy an ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna walk on ice. You might as well dance. You know what I'm saying? Like have yourself an ice cream.
Nobody's doing like reduced calorie crystal meth.
Yeah, like I'm not a vegan. I'm a pescatarian, so I eat fish. I just don't eat chicken, turkey, meat of any kind. And then I've recently cut out eggs and dairy out of my diet for just dietary purposes. And I was eating too much eggs because it was like my favorite breakfast, and I don't really eat meat, so it was a nice substitute. And I was eating too much eggs. And then for me, it's more animal stuff than it is dietary stuff for me. And then I read this article that was, eggs aren't really supposed to hatch that many eggs per year, so they're shooting them up with stuff, which basically it's like steroids, and they can't fucking walk and stuff like that. I was like, I'm just going to take a little break from eggs. And
I mean, I'm not asking a chicken to hit 300. I just want to eat.
Well, they do to produce that many eggs across the country, man.
Seriously. What's this chicken's OPS?
Just getting knocked up, bro. Yeah, man. So, I mean, it's going great. I don't miss meat at all. Not even a little bit. And I never thought I would get to this point. I'm an Italian, bro.
I miss it for you.
People go like, don't you miss bacon? I'm like, not even a little bit. At
Now
first,
you're lying
yeah.
to yourself. Now you're just fucking lying to
Bro,
yourself.
the
I'm not
smell makes me gag now. I'm like so like turned off by meat. Like I still buy some meat for my dog because he has allergies to like every dog food. So I home make dog food, and I'll put I make it with a lot of turkey because it's a lean fat, and he always gets the shits with chicken. So I do turkey, and dude, sometimes when I'm like cutting it and stuff, I'll gag. Like I don't want to. I don't look at it as food anymore, dude. I look at it as a fucking just.
That's so funny because I've been
animal.
in a slaughterhouse and I got hungry.
Oh, man. I mean, to be fair, you were hungry when you walked in.
Yeah. I'm like, do we get samples? What's going on here? It's like, you smell the blood? Yes.
Do we get samples? That's hilarious. Why were you there? It smelled good. I wondered.
No, you were with a group. Like it was in high school. They took us to a slaughterhouse in high school.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
In Florida. Fuck it.
What do you want? Man, we have NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some smart people.
All right, dude. It's been great to talk to you. Thank you for sharing your. I know you got to go. You gotta go do an audition, and
I gotta learn the lines first, and then I gotta take.
Oh man, yeah, I better let you go, dude. Thanks for sharing your experience with the.
Yeah, man.
With the that's super interesting, bro. I recently had a conversation with someone who's like, people are like, do you ever want to do late night? And I'm just like, I did. I still sort of kind of do. I guess it would be cool to do late night, but just I did a Montreal showcase, not last year obviously, but the year before that, and that whole time getting ready for the showcase was like me becoming a comic that I'm not. Just you have to have that TV set, and it's just, dude, I do a lot of stories, and
all you have to do is chunk. Like I did, like my Conan set was primarily just a really truncated story.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was working with the lady at Kimmel for like 6 months back and forth, and then she approved my set. And was like, hey, I'm technically the final word, but it's got to go through Jimmy. And then he signs off, and then we'll get you a date. And everything looks on the up and up. I was like, great. And then a week later, I get an email saying all stand-ups have been put on hiatus, and she's been fired.
Damn.
And I took a week off per my therapist's advice, just to step away from my career for a week, because it was a blow. It was, it was one of those like, I spent 6 months for nothing now.
Do you know why she got fired?
No.
Oh man.
Probably putting some bad comics on. That's the only thing about it. What else can get you fired from being a late night booker is bad talent.
Yeah.
You're a talent booker. There's very few ways to fail at that job.
Maybe saying I'm the final say.
Maybe he finds out. But no, so I emailed the guy over at Conan.
Yeah.
on a Monday at like 1:30. I was like, well, I sent him an email. We'll see what he says. I wasn't expecting anything back even that week. And then at 3:30, I get an email back from him like, hey, man, set's great. Do you want to tape Wednesday?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. And it was just like that. I booked it, and had 2 days to prepare. He gave me 2 places
You
to
just
perform.
know these guys that you're emailing them? Like no one's submitting for you?
No, I met JP when I won Big Sky. No, man, I have my manager now. He submits me for stuff, but like everything I've gotten.
Yeah.
Through either through like networking or just straight up just finding out who they were.
And just reaching out, submitting
just
your
reaching
video.
out. Yeah, when you got a product to sell, you're not shy about selling.
And what did you do for 4.5, 5 minutes?
Yeah. Like I nailed right at 5. I think it was 4:52. I think it came out to.
And you just walked out and started your story?
Well, I walked out and did some the losing weight stuff, and I
Transitioned to a shorter version of the story.
Yeah, to the losing weight stuff, or the aneurysm story, and it worked out. I lucked out and
Nice.
had a great it was the thing is when I was doing the sound check, that's when I calmed down because I remember looking up and seeing an applause sign.
Mm.
That's like that's cheating. It's like knowing what the pitcher's going to throw before he throws it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know it's a fastball. I'm going to load up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, these people are from Iowa. They want to have fun. They're going to be in a good mood. All I have to do is hit my mark.
Yeah. And when did you film that?
When did I or where?
When?
2018.
2018. Man.
Yeah.
Right now, are they doing Conan sets?
No, Conan's going to go to HBO Max, I think.
Right. So there's no stand-up right now, right? There's no live audience.
No, there's no live audience. Even the Tonight Show are airing comedians, but they're performing at other places.
And just, like, where were they performing?
Like Pete Lee's that just came on, he recorded his at Acton Comedy Club in Minneapolis.
Okay. So they pack it with audience, like...
No, more than likely they're like, hey...
Extras?
Can you no, it's Pete drawing that crowd at Minneapolis. Wow. And then him recording that set and then giving it to them.
Jeez, dude. You got to have like some good camera work. That's like CBS or TBS and NBC that you're
no for sure. Like
using
it looks a little less than it would if he was doing it live.
Sure.
But it's his 6th time on the fucking Tonight Show. I don't think he gave a shit. Like 1 out of 6, or 1 out of many are gonna have that the next time he goes up in a year.
Yeah.
He'll be back on the show. That's my next goal is the Tonight Show.
Nice man. You'll get it,
You heard
bro.
it here first.
You'll get it, bro. You heard it here first on Homeschool Podcast. You guys, that's Chris Cope. You got any shows coming up?
No.
Yeah, join the fucking club, bro. You guys can see me in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Head to homeschoolledpod.com. Click on tour for more tour dates. Besides that, I got Paso Robles in June, and I'm working on some May stuff. We'll see what I can get going in May. And that's it, everybody. Chris, you can go. I know you got to go. You can go ahead and sign off. I'm just going to do the outro with these guys. Thank you for your time, and thank you to your friend for letting us use their house and probably their iPad.
Yes. Yeah. I have delightful friends. I'll see you later, Bubba.
I'll see you, buddy. Good to see you.
You too. Bye.
Bye. That's Chris Cope, everybody. Man, I haven't seen that guy in so long, and I just remember I haven't seen him probably since I worked at a comedy club, which was, I don't know, maybe 7, close to 8 years when I used to work at the comedy club. Gosh, has it been that long? But such a great dude, and it was always so funny, always a hard worker. And sometimes, guys, that's what you got to do. Nobody's submitting you for nothing. Nobody's showing up at your door offering you an envelope or, a job, and no one's going to send you an email Monday morning, hey, would you like to do that? It just doesn't happen, you guys. It does happen, but it only happens because you put yourself out there so much. Like, you have to hit the pavement. You have to go out there. You got to send 1,000 emails a day. If you want to get one email, you got to send 1,000 emails a day. And it does happen where you'll wake up and all of a sudden you'll get a text or an email or a call and you're like, whoa, I got this great opportunity. It does happen. But guys, it happens because you've been at something for a long time, networking with people, talking with people. And you think to yourself, hey, people always go out and network, but I never get nothing from them. It may not be right then, years down the road. So if you put yourself out in everything, put yourself out everywhere, show up to everything, and, talk to people, are a genuinely nice person, not fake nice, genuinely nice. You're there not to only gain. You're there to meet, give, talk, converse, spread some love out there, be friendly. Stuff comes back at you. The more you do it, the more will come back at you. And it ain't going to be right away, but I ain't fucking wrong. I'm not wrong about this. I'm living proof. 12 years in a stand-up comedy, every single thing I got was not someone submitting me. It was either me hitting the pavement and going out there working until finally someone replies, or somebody who threw me something because they know I do that. This recent job I've taken, a writing gig that was given to me because somebody asked somebody if they knew someone who was a hard worker and reliable and a good writer. And that person said the first person they thought of was me. And that's what you have to do. You have to be a hard worker, reliable, not a flake, consistent, podcasts out every week. That's just training consistency and a schedule in you. Not late, take everything seriously, and just always working hard. And things will come back to you, everybody. Thank you guys so much for listening. As I said in the beginning, the sponsors are Share a Sale. Start making some money on your podcast. And our sponsor, MasterClass. Start learning something new today. I know there's something on the back of your mind that you would like to better yourself in. Even a history class, whatever you're interested in. They got it for you on MasterClass. Click the link in the description. I would like everybody to do us a big, giant favor. Go to homeschoolpod.com. We can use the support by picking up a t-shirt, a sticker, something like that. And, I got everything. I got sweatshirts. This is I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now, a Homeschooled sweatshirt. That's the logo there. That's my real hand holding a podcast mic. It says "Document the Journey," which is one of our sayings on here. And underneath it says Homeschool Podcast. We got sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs. You can get my comedy album. All the links are at homeschoolpod.com. Click on merch. All right, you guys. That's it. I really appreciate you tuning in. I know you got a lot of options out there for podcasts. So if you're listening to this right now, we appreciate you. We love you. We are here to document the journey. We are Homeschooled Podcast. And don't forget that only love can save the world. I'm Augustino Zoida. Peace. I'll see you guys next time.
Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
No, okay.
I don't want to do that at all.